And this is where you see the political function of a failed prosecution. Even when it loses, it still punishes. Even when it collapses, it still scars. Even when it dies on contact with the law, it still tells everyone watching that protesting someone like Gal Gadot carries a price. And that's why you don't separate the legal collapse from the political identity of the person who wanted this case in the first place. The activists didn't target Gadot because of her career. She wasn't targeted because of the criminality of her acting. They targeted her because she is a global mouthpiece for a state committing mass killing. She didn't stumble into this, she placed herself inside that political frame, and the protests responded on those terms. When the state tried to criminalize them on her behalf, the attempt didn't just fail, it revealed the whole structure around her. So once you put Gadot back at the center of the story, not as a passive celebrity, but as the political actor she has chosen to be, the rest of the narrative starts to make sense because everything that followed flowed from that choice. The protesters weren't interrupting a film. They weren't inconveniencing a production. They were confronting a global figure who has spent years defending the very state they were protesting. Gadot wasn't just present, she was relevant. She had already aligned herself with a government accused of genocide. She had already used her platform to justify its actions. So when activists set foot on that pavement, they weren't stepping into a movie set, they were stepping into the political arena Gadot herself helped build. And that's why the police treated the protest with the kind of hostility reserved for undesirable politics. Because this wasn't about a film disruption, this wasn't about noise, this wasn't about public order, this was about the content of the protest itself.